In October 2025, Andrew announced that he would be giving up his royal titles. The former Prince Andrew was known as the Duke of York for nearly 40 years, but that changed in October 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. On October 17th, in a statement released by Buckingham Palace, Andrew announced he would no longer use his royal titles and honors, saying that the continued accusations about me distract from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. Weeks later, the palace confirmed that he has been stripped of those titles and will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Andrew, the son of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, spent the first 22 years of his life as second in line to the throne, behind his brother, King Charles. He is no longer a working royal and has spent recent years battling the fallout from his connection to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew's fall of grace started in 2010 due to his alleged connections to Epstein, but the heat was turned up exponentially in 2015 when he was named in a civil suit against Epstein. In the lawsuit, a woman later identified as Virginia Giuffre, formerly Roberts, claimed she was ordered by Epstein to have sex with Andrew on 3 separate occasions when she was 17 years old. Later, in 2021, Giuffre, who died by suicide in April 2025, filed a lawsuit against the prince over alleged non-consensual sexual encounters, claims Andrew has repeatedly denied. But before Andrew's name was ever tied to Epstein's, the royal enjoyed a decorated career in the Royal Navy, serving in the Falklands War. Outside of his military service, Andrew was married to his wife Sarah Ferguson for 6 years before separating in 1992. The former couple remained amicable, living in the same house and raising their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, together. "He is the best man I know," Ferguson told Vogue Arabia in 2019 about her ex-husband. "It's just incredible what he has done for Britain, and it's all nonsense, so I talk about familyhood, and I'm very strong about it." From his childhood to his controversies and current royal status, here is everything to know about Andrew, Queen Elizabeth's son, and King Charles's younger brother. He is the third child and second son of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. Born on February 19, 1960, at Buckingham Palace, Andrew was the first child born to a reigning monarch. His mother, Queen Elizabeth, was crowned in 1953, in 103 years. He joined older siblings Charles, who, as the oldest child, was the heir apparent to the throne, and Princess Anne. Andrew's younger brother, Prince Edward, was born in 1964. Andrew first attended Heatherdown Preparatory School, which counts former British Prime Minister David Cameron as one of its former students. He was later educated at Gordonstoun Boarding School in Scotland, where both his father and older brother Charles had also attended. "I was unfortunate enough in my early days at Gordonstoun to not realize the rules of the house, which were that you weren't allowed in the girls' house," he explained during a 1980s TV interview. "I was unfortunately caught going through a door in the girls' house saying hello to somebody, and it stuck. Not many people use it nowadays, I don't think, that it actually fits today anyway," the royal added. He spent 22 years in the Royal Navy as a helicopter pilot and served in the Falklands War. According to Buckingham Palace, Andrew wanted to be a helicopter pilot since he was a child. After finishing boarding school, he joined the Royal Navy in 1979 and spent the next 2 years completing flight training. In 1981, Andrew received his Wings and the Best Pilot Award from his father, Prince Philip. Andrew served as a helicopter pilot on the Royal Navy ship the HMS Invincible, which was sent to the Falkland Islands in April 1982 after Argentina invaded the British territory. During the 10-week war, Andrew flew several missions, including anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, search and rescue, and casualty evacuation. When the Invincible returned to Britain in September 1982, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were there to greet their son. Andrew retired from the Royal Navy in July 2001 after 22 years of active service. When he left, he was ranked Commander, according to Buckingham Palace. He wed Sarah Ferguson in 1986, but the couple split in 1992. Though Andrew and Ferguson had known each other since they were toddlers, their fathers played polo together, it wasn't until Princess Diana, who was Ferguson's close friend from the time they were teenagers, that set them up that they began dating. Diana had Ferguson added to the guest list of a party held by the Queen that summer during the royal ascot. "We were made to sit next to each other," Andrew said of Diana's matchmaking in their engagement interview. "It was at Ascot, as it were, that the whole thing took off." The two were engaged 6 months later, and in July 1986, Andrew and Ferguson wed at Westminster Abbey. They were given the titles the Duke and Duchess of York by the Queen as a wedding gift. "We married for total love, and when I went up that aisle, I married my man," Ferguson told Piers Morgan in 2011. However, due to the demands of Andrew's naval career, the couple separated in March 1992 after nearly 6 years of marriage. In 1996, they divorced so that Ferguson could have a career of her own. "I didn't want a divorce but had to because of circumstance. I wanted to work. It's not right for a princess of the royal house to be commercial, so Andrew and I decided to make the divorce official so I could go off and get a job," Ferguson told Harper's Bazaar. Andrew has 2 daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie. Andrew and Ferguson share 2 daughters together, Princess Beatrice, born in August 1988, and Princess Eugenie, born in March 1990. Though Andrew and Ferguson split when the girls were young, they raised their daughters together, with Ferguson continuing to live at the family's home, the Royal Lodge at Windsor, following their separation. "We're very happy with the way things are," Ferguson explained in a 2016 interview for an Australian radio station. "I think the great thing is we absolutely are the most extraordinary example of a unified family." Both Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are now married. Eugenie wed Jack Brooksbank in October 2018, then Princess Beatrice wed Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi in July 2020 during a quiet ceremony in Windsor, attended by just 20 guests, including the Queen, due to COVID-19 restrictions.